Alright, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been quite some time, like about 2 weeks since my last video when I said I was going to constantly upload for you guys, and I feel bad that I didn't. I just had some stuff come up, and I decided to watch some more movies, and I said in a YouTube short I literally made about 2 hours ago, but it's the last minute change plans. I'm going to review 3 movies within this one video, just so you guys got a longer video. I was going to do 3 simple ones, but it's going to add it to the same length. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to be starting off this video, and I'm going to mention the ones we're going with. 80 for Brady, A Man Called Otto, and Knock at the Cabin. So, 3 new 2023 movies. Yeah, I think A Man Called Otto came out last year, but it was not in the US. So, that's why I'm including it here, because it's a 2023 movie. So, we're going to be starting off this video with 80 for Brady, which I actually seen that one in theaters Friday. So, 80 for Brady, let's start off with I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. Am I a football fan? No. I do not care for football. So I'll throw that out there now. So anything football related, if I laughed at it, it's because I thought it was funny, not because of any football references. But I honestly thought it was a pretty enjoyable film for what it was. Like, there's nothing special. The story, I don't know, the story wasn't great. It's just, I thought it was funny, and it's going to be like a popcorn type movie, one that you could just have a comfort movie on in the background while enjoying some nice popcorn. You got to think the cast is like an all-star cast. I think they were all of them were at least nominated for an award. The 4 main actresses. Sally Field's in it, so that's a plus. I think Sally Field is amazing. She's been in a lot of great movies. I'm trying to think of the other ones' names. I've seen them in a lot of stuff, and they just ain't sticking with my brain. I just know Sally Field because she's one of my favorite actresses. But the whole plot is, well, 80-year-olds trying to make it to the Super Bowl. And on the way, they have problems and difficulties, but it kind of all works out in the end. Typical movie almost. It's very predictable. It's very fun. It's just all around one of those movies you don't want to take too seriously, or else you're not going to enjoy it. I did enjoy it for what it was. All around, do I recommend? If you want a good funny movie, at least I think it's funny. Maybe we have different senses of humor, but it's pretty enjoyable. It's pretty short, but there's a lot better that you can go out and watch for football movies, for sure. This one's just one. Like I said, turn your brain off, watch it, enjoy it. So that's typically the reviews I'm going to give if I review a movie, unless it's one I really want to talk about. And I did want to talk about that one, but I'm just like, at the same time, I want to talk about these other 2 a lot more, especially Knock at the Cabin, because it's the most fresh in my mind. I watched it today. But, so we're going to go, and if you guys can't tell, I'm doing it based on least favorite to most favorite. So up next, at number 2, we got A Man Called Otto. And I gave this one a 4-star. I gave 80 for Brady 4 stars. I really thought it was funny, but on a rewatch, it's probably going to go down to a 3.5 on a rewatch. I just don't see it being as good on a rewatch, but I'm basing it on how much I enjoyed it the first time when I rated it on Letterboxd, and that was a 4. A Man Called Otto, I think this one's going to go up on a rewatch. I really enjoyed this one. The acting performances were just amazing. Tom Hanks in yet another great movie. I don't think I expected anything less from Tom Hanks. When I watched one of his movies, this was my first one with him in theaters too. So it's one of those also experiences in theaters. And not to mention I had a great theater experience with all of these movies. But man Called Otto, it's emotional, and if you tear up easy at movies, and when I say easy, take a tissue. Because this movie almost, and when I say almost had me tearing up, that says something, because I don't really tear up to much movies. There's some movies that, of course, I have teared up to, and I will admit it, like Marley and Me, the ending, I could not help but tear up at that. There's a few other movies, I'm not going to go in depth because I can't think of all of them. Furious 7, the ending of that gets me to tear up every time, just because Fast Furious is my favorite franchise, and it sucks knowing that Paul Walker isn't with us anymore. He was a great human being, but let's not tackle into that stuff. Let's keep talking about A Man Called Otto. So A Man Called Otto, it didn't fully bring in all the emotions to make me tear up. I think there's a scene that was pretty close, but other than that, it is an emotionally type movie, but just wasn't emotional enough for me. There's one scene that was really emotional that almost got me, but all around, if you do tear up easy, this is, and you do like to tear up at movies or stuff, because there's some people out there that do, I know people. If you do, then you might like this movie. Like I said, Tom Hanks, you can't go wrong with him. And then there's other people in this movie never seen them in anything else. So I don't really have their names fresh in my head, but they were all great. I don't think there's an actor or actress in this movie that was terrible by any means. They were all pretty fun to watch, And the story behind this, it's 2 hours long, by far the longest one I've seen. That I'm ranking right now, and it was just great. I definitely plan on picking up the Blu-ray or 4K or even Steelbooks. I don't know if they're all going to get Steelbooks for each and every one of these movies I have watched. But like I said, Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks is just all around a great movie. I know I've said this enough, but the acting performances were great in all of these movies, all of them. I don't know. Man Called Otto was my favorite this year until I watched A Knock at the Cabin. I've seen like 22 movies I released this year, some on Netflix and all that stuff. And these ones I'm talking about now are my top 3 of this year. And they were all recent watches. But I don't know. They're just ones that I personally enjoyed. Now let's move on to my favorite movie of this year so far. I just love M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan is just an amazing director, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I've seen anything that I desperately hate that he's made. Like, I can't say I love everything he makes, but I don't hate anything he's made that I've seen. And I'm talking horror movie-wise, because, of course, I'm not going to watch the Avatar movie he made, because I've never been a fan of the Avatar series or anything like that. I know it's super popular. It just wasn't for me, and I really want to like it, but I just really couldn't get into it. It just was not for me. Like, I'm glad that people like it. I just could not get into it. It's a good show. I like things about it. I like aspects of it. It couldn't keep me interested. There's very little things that keep me fully interested. If it's a TV show. TV shows typically don't keep me fully interested, and I don't think I'm going to watch the movie. I don't know. But, I don't know. M. Night Shyamalan, though, let's get back to him. He's made The Visit. I love that movie. I think it's fantastic. 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. That might be a high rating, but I just love it. Every aspect. I seen that one in theaters when I was younger, and I have memories with it, but that ain't even why I love it. I think it was like 6 years since I've seen it. Since I've seen it in theaters, I seen it one time, like a year after that when I was still young, and then I didn't watch it until I picked up the Blu-ray, like... not even a year ago, rewatched it, and it's still just that feeling of watching a movie like that. I'm not the biggest fan of paranormal activity type movies. I can't think of what's called. Feel Stupid. It's the subgenre for horror. Like, oh my god. I just can't think of it. Wow. My mind's drawn a blank. It's been that long since I've been in front of a camera. Yeah, it's only my phone and I'm the only one in my room. It's been that long to where I literally had everything I wanted to say in my head, and I don't know, it slipped my mind. Found footage. Okay, wow. Found footage. Took me that long to think of it. I hate myself right now because my mind just has not been working. I've also been up for a good 24 plus hours. I don't know. I just haven't been able to sleep. So, found footage. Okay, I've never really been the biggest fan of found footage style horror movies. Blair Witch Project, couldn't get into it. Paranormal Activity, I did enjoy, but then all the sequels sucked. Found footage is hit or miss, and The Visit was just done so good to where I just loved it, and I don't know, it stuck with me. I just recently rewatched it not even a week ago, and I still loved it. Now, Knock at the Cabin. Let's get into that one. This is probably my second favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie I have seen, and that includes The Visit. Those are my top 2, and those are weird top 2s. There's a decent chunk of his I haven't seen. I've seen like 8 of his movies, horror related, and maybe 6, 7-ish, but those are my top 2. I don't know, something about them just stuck with me, and maybe throughout time, Knock at the Cabin will go down because it's a first time watch, but it just, wow. It's different for M. Night Shyamalan kind of because you usually expect a big twist. But this one, and if you go in spoiler free, just click off for these movies I should have mentioned at the beginning, and I am sorry. But like, you know, this one's gonna be my most spoiler talked one, so the other ones really didn't have much spoilers, so if you still want to go check those ones out, go ahead and do so. But click off the video now and come back and watch it after you watch Knock at the Cabin if you haven't seen it yet. But without further ado, let's get back into it. You always expect a big twist from M. Night Shyamalan in his movies. It's kind of one of those things that people watch the movies for by now. But this one, the big twist was really there wasn't one. Like, it may sound weird, but the big twist is that there wasn't a twist at all, in that they were actually telling the truth. They were actually there to prevent the apocalypse. And can I just admit, wow, just what the fuck? Like, that was my initial reaction when I seen Dave Bautista was in this for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I that was my initial reaction. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, I like Bautista as an actor more than I do Dwayne Johnson anymore. Dwayne Johnson has just stuck to the same genre over and over and over and over and over. Like, yeah, he's done Tooth Fairy and a few things like that, but that's like slim to none. Bautista, on the other hand, his range of genres he can do is just amazing. He's done comedy, he's done action, he's done serious roles. I want to see what he could do in more serious films, because this M. Night Shyamalan film, that's probably his, but I'm not gonna lie, that is my favorite performance he's ever done. Now, I even think it's his best performance out of all the roles he's done, but he's an amazing actor. I wouldn't lie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the Infinity War Endgame type stuff. I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but those ones are great, and he's in those. I do love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Volume 2, and I will be trying to see Volume 3 in theaters this year. Because Dave Bautista, I don't know, something about him is just great. He's an amazing actor, and this movie put him up there even higher on my favorite actors list. Yes, I do have him on my favorite actors. Probably a top 25 as of now, but you never know, that could change. But Knock at the Cabin, there's just, again, something about that movie that just was like, wow. The acting from everyone was amazing. Not to mention, I don't keep track of the actors or actresses' names, really. I did watch... Fudge, I don't think I know his name, but he was in Spoiler Alert with Jim Parsons. That dude was in Knock at the Cabin. I watched Spoiler Alert like 2 days ago. It was on Peacock. It was a great movie, by the way. I enjoyed it all the way through. But I won't lie, I definitely think that he was better in Spoiler Alert than Knock at the Cabin. That's my thoughts. But really, he had a solid performance in both movies, but I think he was better in Spoiler Alert with Jim Parsons. Then we got the little girl. This is being her first movie. Wow, she was just great. Kids can either make or break a movie, and she was just phenomenal. Usually kids can really make a horror movie creepy as well, but this, I wouldn't consider this a horror movie. I classify this more as a thriller movie, which is what it should be classified as. But I don't know, it was just a pretty cool concept for a movie. And M. Night Shyamalan, when he has such a low budget, and the film takes place in one location, this one being taking place in the woods, or The Visit taking place at the house, like, when he has low budgets, and he did for both of those movies, you got The Visit and Knock at the Cabin. One took place in a cabin, one took place in a house, with both low budgets, and those two tend to be my favorites, because he can do so much with a low budget in one location, and he even had a cameo in his own movie. So all around, I gave that one a 4.5 out of 5, and it either has potential to go up to a 5, stay at a 4.5, or a 4. It ain't gonna get to 3.5. It's 4 up for me. I know this movie it's one of those movies you either love or you either hate. There's no in-betweens with this, in my opinion. And if there is an in-between, I don't know. So far I've either seen people give it a 3.5 or lower, like 3.5 or higher, or like a 2 or lower. So it's like either you don't like it or you really do like it. The in-between's a 3 in my opinion on Letterboxd, and I really hardly seen much 3s, but I could be wrong. I didn't look at much with the reviews. So, I don't know. I find this as 1 for me. I would either have hated it or I would rather have loved it or hated it. I don't think I could have ever found an in-between. I'm never really a person to find an in-between in a movie. I'm more a love or hate kind of guy, just because, I don't know, that's just me. But, do I recommend Knock at the Cabin, A Man Called Otto, or 80 for Brady? Let's get into it. 80 for Brady. Like I said, if you guys like football, you might like it more than I did. Maybe not. I don't know. That's not one I'd recommend to everybody, but if you wanted to go see it and you think the trailer looked interesting, then I do recommend it. But if it's something that did not intrigue you with the trailer or anything like that, then I don't recommend it. Like, and yeah, that might be basic to say, but like, it's one of those movies, it's like nothing special. It's like I said, turn your brain off, watch it, enjoy it kind of thing. So if you want one of those, I do recommend it. Now, A Man Called Otto. If you guys like emotional, like one that really proves they're a good actor, Tom Hanks is in it. I don't think you can go wrong with Man Called Otto. I do recommend it. It's just one of those films that you either love or you like find in between. I don't think you could absolutely hate A Man Called Otto. And that's my thoughts. Like, I don't know. I don't think if you give it a half star, I don't know. I think you're a little crazy for that, and I respect your opinion though, because it is what it is. At the end of the day, everyone has their own opinions. Opinions like assholes, everyone's got one. I've been told that my whole life. And I'm finally starting to realize that I can respect other people's opinions. So, with that being said, that's out of topic again. I definitely do recommend A Man Called Otto. I think most of you guys, or most movie lovers that I watch their content for, or most movie lovers that watch my content kind of thing, I think they would like that movie. And then Knock at the Cabin, you gotta like the M. Night Shyamalan type style movies. If you do not like his movies, do not watch Knock at the Cabin. But yet this one's still kind of different for M. Night Shyamalan. Like, is it good? Yes, for me personally, but I love M. Night Shyamalan. And you gotta like, I think it has amazing acting. Some of the better acting of Dave Bautista. It's his best acting performance, in my personal opinion. And, like, you got the, what's his name from Harry Potter? I feel stupid, I'm blanking on this. But the dude from Harry Potter's in this. So, like, now is he really one of the more important characters? No, but he's still in it. But all around, great movie with, like, just decent amount of characters to where you can get to know all of them pretty interestingly enough. And, like, enough runtime, and I don't know. Knock at the Cabin's one I enjoyed the most, but dude, which one do I think the majority of people will like the most? That would be A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. But with that being said, this video is long enough. I've been rambling on about 3 movies, and I plan on doing 3 movie reviews and making it a series. So when I review 3 movies within one, I will make it a series. I think my next ones will be, spoiler alert, Violent Night, and something else, because those 2 were 2 I watched on the same day, and maybe, yeah, I don't know. All around, I recommend all 3 of them, but they're not for everyone. So if I had to pick one to recommend to all of you guys, what do I think everyone in the world would like the most? Either Knock at the Cabin or Man Called Otto, but I'm gonna go with Man Called Otto because it's more serious drama, straight up drama, and like. But if you guys don't like straight up dramas, then I recommend Knock at the Cabin. But if you guys want to turn your brain off, 80 for Brady. So, like, there's a little bit of everything I do like about all of these movies. They're all different from each other, and my next theater watch is probably going to be a new upcoming Ant-Man film. And, yeah, have I seen all the MCU? No, I'm not afraid to admit that. It's hard for me to follow a story that's, like, 43 movies long or something like that, and I could still probably way off, but it's just hard to follow a story that has that many movies. That's a long time. But Ant-Man Quantumania, I want to say is what it is. I could be wrong. That's going to be playing on my theater this weekend, and Sunday I'm going to have my dad drop me off before my mom comes and gets me. I'm going to watch it, just so I could watch another movie in theaters. I want to build up my theater movies watched, and typically, I've already seen some Marvel movies in theaters out of story, and I enjoy them. So, typically I feel like when I watch them solo, I enjoy them more than trying to binge them back to back to back to back. It just gets a little annoying. But with that being said, you know where to find me, at Cringemaster, and it's fun to be back, and I've said that last time, but really, it's going to be fun to be back. I'll be posting a lot more YouTube Shorts, and when I say YouTube Shorts, probably more than videos, but videos will be coming out, I want to say, every once in a while. I can't promise exact dates yet, just because I never know what's going to happen on the weekends. I probably won't be posting, and if I do, it's because I work with a video earlier, blah, 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 so on and so on. But yeah, happy to be back, and that means Cringemaster out. Thanks for watching.